Well, good morning. This is Hiro. What are we going to be doing? We're going to be fine-tuning this Chinese elm. It's got good shape. Kind of unusual. I think it was supposed to have been a root over rock, but it kind of pooped out here. So I don't know. You go ahead and name it. But what I wanted to do was to get this so that it has that fine finish. So I think this is our front right here. Okay, so what I'll be doing is cutting these really long ones to the first or the second bud and then tighten it up. So these probably came out in the fall, these really long ones. Those do not help at all in our final finish of the bonsai. So let's go ahead and start to do the final fine tuning. Okay, so these long ones, they get cut tight. And then all these. And then this one here is kind of coming up, and there's branches that are more horizontal, so we could just cut these off. Also, remember that this is a Chinese elm, and it's a very rapid grower, especially when it warms up. So yes, we could be very tight. And the other thing about deciduous plant is that it's best to really see it in detail in the middle of the winter before the leaves come on. So anyway, that's what we're going to be doing. And all this growth here, well, every time you cut, they want to recover, so they keep coming back. See, it's been cut a number of times before, but that's the natural reaction of the plant. Is I said, oh my gosh, there's no leaf, no branch there, so let's grow back. Anyway, so those are kind of not helping with our lines. And so we got a lot of cleaning up over here, things like that. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll get to the next stage. Oh, like this, all this stuff here, right? They don't need to be here. It just kind of ruins the nice crisp look when the leaves are out. But that's kind of the natural habit of a lot of the plants. They want to grow places where you actually don't want it to grow. Yeah, that's why this kind of process or this stage, it gets so intense in terms of having to do this maintenance or keeping it crisp and clean. So those of you hobbyists that have a lot of patience, get a Chinese elm. Yeah, let's just get rid of these really obvious ones. And then we'll get to some really fine detailing. So during the growth season, I sometimes I'll just take my head shear and shear this, right? And it looks fine. But when you have this with no foliage, you could see a lot of the imperfections. Oh, things like this that going down, of course, it comes off. Here's this one here. And look at this one here. It goes almost straight down. Okay, so things like that. So you get the idea, right? What I really wanted to do today was to talk about the branch and how you might want to go ahead and detail that out. So the branch is just like the trunk. It should, have a base over here and then have the movement and taper. And then the other thing I wanted to discuss was the quality of the branch. Okay, so now this is the older part of the tree and it's thicker, so the branch could be thicker. But as you get to the newer part, we should not have branches that are thicker here than back there. This isn't too bad. One of the things I see is, we talk about the apex, right? Well, this branch is basically the same way. It has the movement, taper, and apex. Well, you see this right here? It's a little bit too thick, right? So I should cut that out. So these are little details that you cannot see when you have leaves. And it looks fine, but if you want really great, see how I took that off and it was fine. And then over here, I'll go ahead and detail that out, and then probably more like that. So we have now movement and taper. This one here, maybe it's too thick for the location, but there's also a smaller one over here, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that off. That's what I mean by the quality of the branch. So as you go back this way, this one is not too bad. It's getting to the point where maybe we should not try to get it too much thicker. So what you do is to cut it off and then go that way, right? And then, I can't see that side because of my camera, but yeah, okay. Maybe we don't want this to get too much bigger, so we cut it off like that. And then, see what I mean? Let's see if I could find another example. Okay, before we move on, let's go ahead and take care of this part. So this is in the lower part, so it's okay. Kind of unusual bulk there, but I don't think we could actually solve the problem, at least in not one shot. So, yeah, well, when you have a problem, sometimes it requires multiple attempts to correct it. And sometimes it's not even correctable. And hopefully this is not going to be one of them. What I don't like is there's a bulge right here because all the branches kept coming out and they just fattened it up. And I'm not sure if the solution is going to be better or worse. I have to cut into it. So I might just let that go. By the time leaf comes out, nobody will even know that that was a problem. And that was one of the things I'm trying to emphasize on this chapter, is that you want it absolutely perfect, do it in the middle of winter, at least study it in winter. Okay, this one, see right here? This is the branch that I was telling you about. Now, we typically want to come to like a apex, right, to a point, and see how it forked off, and this has become the same. So do I want to cut this off and come this way, or cut this off and go that way? Well, I'm thinking that going this way is better, because this way it does, yeah, it's hard. One of those hard calls that sometimes could go either way. I was thinking this way has a better movement, but see, this point and this point is so similar, so I think I'll take my chance and go this way. And then this branch is the wrong size, so I'll go that way, and then see what I just did? Okay, now this area is awfully busy. This is our permanent branch. I think if we don't take care of some of this, it's going to bulge right here. But we also need a branch over here, so I can't take everything off. So let me contemplate here. Okay, what I notice is this one here. I need a branch on this side, but it's starting to bulge. But if I take this off, it'd be fine, I think. Sure hope it doesn't turn out to be a on camera oops. You know, I've done this many a times, and well, sometimes depending on the angle, it looked okay till you do it and then you go, oh no, that was not it. But this one was okay. So there's a branch over here, and then that'll keep this thing from bulging too much more. And I think I'm actually gonna cut it even deeper. So you can see what I've been doing, right? And so I got a bulge situation here. And then over here, I think we need to address because it's not interesting here. So I'll go ahead and shut the camera down and then take care of the detail and then get back to you. Okay, a little harsh maybe, but I got rid of most of the bulge. I was trying to cut this off, but I need to start to get this heel back a little bit and then cut it, or else I end up with too much of a scar here that can't fail. So this one, I think, has got plenty of area for it to recover. Same with this one here. But I kind of held off on this one because I just had the feeling that if I do it too much now, we might lose the rest of the branch. Okay, so I'll go ahead and finish up and show you the finished product. Okay, we're almost at the end. Our apex again. I think instead of going up this way, if I cut it to here, you'll stay tighter, and I think the taper and the movement was a little bit better that way. So constantly thinking about that. Okay, now, see this so high up, it should never be this thick, right? But we got some small things, so I will hopefully, well, better. Oh no, that's what I was thinking about. Don't cut the wrong one. Well, luckily there's a small thing here, but I was trying to save the little one that was coming this way, and it was connected to what I just cut off. But it's okay, we still got this. And then this being a Chinese elm, would recover quickly. But that one that was coming this way was at the right angle, but that's okay. But that's sort of the drama that happens when you're doing the camera work and everything yourself. So I think there's some cutting that needs to be over here, but I'm gonna turn off the camera and do that so that I could do it right. I think I got everything. Do you hear that humming noise in the background? That's my rock tumbler. You know, that Ishizukuri projects that I've been working on. It's outside, but you could still hear it. It's enough to drive you crazy. Oh, I went through all the explanation what I was doing here. I think it's going to be better if I just cut this off and just went that direction. I was looking from the top down, and it looks like this line is okay. I don't really need this. So, well, here we go. Hopefully, no, oops. That's okay, that was good. I think that is a much better line. And then kind of, well, the other thing we don't want is one branch over another, and this one will come forward. So I think that'll be good. I'm starting to have some reservations about this one here, but we need it here. If I cut this off, then this part will cease to fatten, which will be, so this is almost like a sacrifice branch. It might or may not come off, but anyway, I'm kind of happy with the way this is turning out. Okay, let's go ahead and take a good look at this. I think I took care of the problems for now, and I think I'm avoiding a lot of the problems that could happen in the future. So anyway, I think we're back in the front. And well, this, I guess, started out as a root over rock and this part died. But if I could get this new branch to keep going down, and then once it hit the ground, the branch becomes a root. So I still have hopes for it, but it's not a bad looking tree right now. I don't know what style it is because it's definitely not a traditional root over rock. But okay, so I think this one has been finely detailed, so I'm going to say goodbye for now. So this is Hiro saying goodbye, and this was about fine-tuning a Chinese elm in the middle of winter. Well, this is the tail end of February, and I was waiting for it to have the buds start to swell, because sometimes if you do it in the dead of winter, you save a branch that was dead, and that's happened to me in the past. So anyway, that's what I did today, is to get rid of a lot of the problems that could arise, and this becomes a great bonsai in the future. Okay, see you again real soon. Goodbye.